To start this look off, I'm priming my skin with the Becca Ever Matte Primer. With this primer, it's important you use a minimal amount. You want to warm it on your fingers first and then press it into your skin. Otherwise, it will begin to ball up and flake and make your foundation look cakey. And for foundation, I'm using the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation, and I will be doing an updated foundation routine, so be on the lookout for that. But for today, I chose this foundation just because it gives me a full coverage, and this is like really the only foundation that does not settle into my laugh lines and my pores, and it just makes everything look nice and smooth. To highlight my under eyes, I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Tan Sand. This is my absolute favorite concealer, and it does look really bright, but it blends out so seamlessly and beautifully. I absolutely love this concealer, and if you have not tried it, I totally recommend it. If you have drier skin, I just suggest that you hydrate underneath your eye really, really well before you use it, but it's amazing. To warm my face back up, I'm taking the L'Oreal Total Coverage Foundation. I can't remember the shade, but I will leave it down in the description box below. I had bought this wanting to do a review on it, but it is way too dark for me, and I have such a hard time trying to find my shade, especially when it comes to drugstore foundations, because you can't try them out in the store. And I had already returned this like twice, so I just kind of gave up, and I'm using it as kind of like a contour shade, and I like it like that. So I'm using that to bronze up my skin and also to contour my nose. I'm going to set all the places I highlighted with the Mercier powder. I love this powder because it just makes the skin look so smooth, but I only use it underneath my eyes and the places that I highlighted, because I find that if I use it on the rest of my face, even just to kind of set my foundation, it leaves a little bit of a white cast. So to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Sascha Buttercup powder. So I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera, and now I'm taking the Sculpt shade from the Black Radiance contour palette, and I like this shade because it's like a natural contour for my eye, so I'm just using that in my crease. Sorry if you can hear my son, he is outside playing, and I'm just using that as like a natural contour shade. So I'm not being too precise with it, just making sure I have no harsh edges, but I am kind of blowing it out everywhere on my lid. But mainly in my crease. And then I'm taking that bronzed Mocha palette from Morphe and that reddish brown shade, and I'm keeping this color just pretty much in my crease and my outer V area, and bringing it down onto my lid, my outer lid as well. So I'm taking all three orange shades from the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm building them from darkest to lightest, with the lightest shade of orange being towards the inner corner of my eye. And the star of the show, of course, is the Anastasia and Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit. I'm using Glow Getter on my brow bone and also in my inner corners. The pigmentation on these highlight shades are amazing. They are absolutely beautiful. Once I get to highlighting my face, I will kind of talk more about how I feel about them in terms of deeper skin tones, because I do have a little bit more to say about that. But for now, like I said, I'm just highlighting my inner corner and my brow bone, and I'm bringing the inner corner highlight down a little bit past my tear duct, just for a more intense look. And you'll see that I continue to do that throughout the video. And then I'm bringing the same shades that I used on my lid onto my lash line and just blending them out. Again, later on in the video, you will see that I do smoke it out a little bit more because I like a more smoked out eye, but you definitely do not have to go as dramatic as me. I just like the drama. Off camera, I threw on the Cake Face Beauty lashes in the style Queen. I love these lashes. They are so dramatic, but they are beautiful and they don't feel uncomfortable. They fit to my eye very nicely. And they're really, really inexpensive. I believe these were like $8.99, and I just ordered some more that should be arriving today, so I'm super excited. For mascara, I'm using the Maybelline Big Shot. I like this, especially for a drugstore mascara. It's really good. It gets my lashes nice and full. Then I'm taking that Black Radiance contour palette again, and I'm going to kind of bronze up my skin with the sculpting shade. And then I'm going to go into the hollows of my cheeks with the contour shade. But I'm keeping it towards the back of my cheeks and not bringing it too far down, because I've found that this just looks way more natural and a lot better this way. I'm taking my really busted looking blush in Mellow Wine by Wet n Wild. I love this blush, it's so beautiful. And then I went back and contoured my nose with the L'Oreal True Match powder in C7. That powder is just a little bit softer, so I like it better for my nose contour as opposed to the Black Radiance powder, just because that powder is very, very pigmented and can look very harsh very quickly on my nose. Then I'm just blending it in with my beauty blender, and I'm also going to be contouring my Cupid's bow. Then I'm basking in the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. So after letting that dry down just a little bit, I'm taking 143 and highlighting my face. In my honest opinion, I think that this palette is beautiful, but I don't think that it's made for us brown skin girls. I can barely get away with using the darkest shade, which is 143, and even then I have to work with it to make it not look ashy. But the pigmentation is amazing, and I use the other shades for my eyes, as you saw, obviously, and they're beautiful. As summer rolls around, I will probably mix these with darker highlighters just to help intensify them, because I do not want to, just set this palette down and never use it again, because I think that the quality is amazing, and I think it's actually better than some of their other glow kits. But it definitely wasn't made for our skin tone, and you have to work with it. But I love mine. I'm glad that I still got it. For lip liner, I'm using MAC Chestnut, and this one is on its way out, as you can see, but this is my favorite lip liner from MAC. I'm then taking the NYX Lip Lingerie in the color Ruffle Trim and using that as my lipstick today. I love these colors, this combination together. I think it just kind of creates the perfect brownie nude, and I think it complemented this look really well. Then I'm highlighting my collarbones with 143 as well, and I'm also going to highlight my shoulders just to give me a nice glistening glow. And now I'm just fine-tuning everything, going over my inner corner highlight, kind of blowing out the smokiness of my bottom lashes a little bit more, and I also added a nude liner. Then I'm going to also take this NYC liquid liner and go over the lash band just to make it look a little bit more seamless and natural, because it had a little bit of glue on it. And then I'm going to take my Sascha Buttercup powder, and I'm just going to go over the contour line just to make it look a little bit more sharp. I don't like to bake just because it can look too sharp and just too noticeable, so I just lightly dust it with my highlighting brush. And that's it, guys. This is my first look of the spring season. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you all in my next video.